All right.
I
Well,
feel like the
welcome.
new kid on the block.
What's that?
I feel like the new kid on the block.
You are the new kid on the block. There, everybody starts somewhere, right? Right?
Yeah, for sure.
So today is sales tips on Monday. Normally, the tweeting goddess Sam Kelly is co-hosting with me, and I'm excited to have Moira Nigalaher from Donegal joining us. I'm trying all of these Irish words now. And she's going to be sharing a bit of her story with us. She's a real success story, a person who started her business with only $900 and is now making 5 figures in a month. So in just a year. So I'm real excited that Moira is going to get to share her story. And she's also going to have a special offer for anybody who would like to take advantage of it. So for those of you that are in the chat, thank you for joining. And then Sam, if she can join us, she'll be here. If not, we'll just carry on. We'll carry on the Irish tradition, and Moira will help us out that way. So, and successful, a new lovely Irish lady and successful. What more can you ask for? Exactly. So, yes. So, Moira, tell folks a little bit about how you got started, because you didn't start out as a business mindfulness coach. You actually started by thinking this is a great place that people should come visit, right?
Yeah. So 4 years ago, I was living in London. I was working with young people, keeping them accountable for their lives and making sure that they contributed in a good way. Before that, I did work in sales and marketing, but I literally just had enough of London and the city, and I just took a notion that I wanted to move back home to Ireland. And so that's what I did. And, I was also thinking I wanted to use my energy and my skills, and I just wanted to make a bigger impact and just do more good in the world, I think, And then, so I moved home and I saw this wonderful place that was just I was so inspired by it, like mountains, lakes, like pristine landscape, authentic culture, amazing people. But it was just so underutilized and underappreciated, and businesses were closing, people were down, and I just felt it was just totally unnecessary. Mm-hmm. So just as you said, I just sort of got stuck in and started creating ways for more people to come to the area and to really experience what we had to offer in terms of adventure, like rock climbing, hill walking, kayaking, all really amazing adventure activities in really off the beaten track places that you would never normally find, I was using these local experts who just do this on a daily basis, And really everything just sort of catapulted and snowballed from there, because I just learned so much about business really fast, So yeah, now 3 years, this is my 3rd year. So now I'm combining all I've learned about tourism, all I've learned about business, and I'm combining it into business retreats where people can come to this magical corner of Ireland, learn about business, do real serious strategy business building workshops, and go out in the magical mountains and hills and be with other entrepreneurs from all over Ireland. So yeah, it's come together beautifully.
It is. It's amazing how we can start out with one vision and we can be really clear about that vision, but then it can grow and expand. And I think we have to be open to that in order to be willing to be more successful, because some people, I think, kind of they'll start and they feel like they need to go in a different direction. And you managed to take a couple of different directions and marry them together in a wonderful business. Now, so you started about 3 years ago, is that right?
Yes.
Okay, and then when did you bring in the sales or the business coaching, the retreat piece? When did you start working on that?
Yeah, so around about this time last year, I went to an event in no, in Florida. That's what it was. I found a group online and I was like, oh my God, this is amazing. Who are these people? You know, what is this community? And it just really like, you know, brought me into a whole new direction. So I went to this conference in Florida. It's called Be the Change. And it was after that I started, I went there as a tour operator, stroke tourist provider, looking for people to bring to Ireland. And I sort of left thinking, you know, I could really help businesses bring their own people to Ireland, you know? So, and that's when I got in. And then I started to realize then as well that lots of businesses were starting to ask me for help. Like, what is it you're doing that's working for you? Can you help us? And I was like, yeah. So really, and I definitely think, you know, a key to the success that I've had was saying yes to everything. You know, I came at this from a place of yes. If it feels good, do it. And if it felt good, I did it. Nothing was standing in my way. You know, sometimes, yes, you know, like I didn't have the money for things or things didn't work out, but something good came of everything. I learned something from every single step I took, from every action, from every success, and from every failure. You know, I've run, you know, tours where only one person has shown up, and I've run others where like 100 people have shown up, you know? So it was really about taking the good with the bad, you know, and really, really learning.
That's a big thought for people, because I think we often think, well, I don't have the money, I'm not going to pursue anything, or there's, you know, we allow doors to get closed on us instead of opening the doors or looking for the crack in the door to get through the door to the other side.
Totally. And it's a whole energy thing, you know. It's like as soon as I started investing in myself, huge opportunities started coming my way. Like literally, I was just like, oh my God. But if I hadn't have, you know, taken, I guess, and there's an element of risk, you know, but a calculated risk is okay. If you really believe in something, trust that you believe in it. Trust yourself. You know, the worst thing you can do is believe in something and then go, no, it couldn't be right, and really start questioning it. You know, if you believe in it, go for it. And that's what I did.
You know, and you can see the energy, the excitement, and the passion you have, you know, in your face, in your smile, and I think that's really key to being successful. Because what was it that somebody was telling me? They said recently, don't worry about how to get it done, just set your goal and start moving in that direction. And that's good advice. That's really, really good advice. Now, when you first started out, what information do you wish you had that you didn't have?
I think I definitely would have invested in coaching for myself sooner than I did, you know. Still happy that I you know, everything happened how it did, but I just didn't open my mind to that, you know. And I guess I was of this mentality that I was doing it alone, you know. I have to do everything and I'm doing it myself, you know. But actually you don't have to do it yourself. And it's a beautiful thing when you don't, you know. So that was,
well, maybe elaborate that a little bit. Yeah, elaborate on that a little bit more, because you know, a lot of people are in business for themselves, and I know recently that I had to take on some help in order to get my goals going, which meant that I've had to make some sacrifices to make those things happen. So for you, how did that look? Was it just the coaching? What did it look like to bring more people into your circle to help you grow as a businesswoman?
Yeah, well, definitely when I invested in my own coach, I mean, that was huge for me. But that helped me see that my energies were best spent in certain places. Like, do I have to do all my own accounts? No. There's some people that are made to do that, and I'm not one of them. So when I could see that I could make money. If I made enough money, I could afford to have somebody do those accounts for me. And then I used to weigh up how much time it would take me to do that, and then look at what I could do at that time, and then sort of weigh up the cost. So it's really, I started being able to weigh up the cost of not having somebody to help me, you know. And even right now, like cleaning my house, for example, you know, like I would, you know, I don't know about you, but if you start cleaning your house, it could go on all day. You know,
mine could go on for weeks.
You know, but like if somebody comes in and does it, it's only like a couple of hours. But you know, that's small thing. But those couple of hours, I could be coaching clients. I could be, you know, sourcing new leads. I could be doing so many more things that my time is better spent. You know, and it's about looking at the cost of not spending your time, you know, on that. Do you know what I mean?
Oh, yes. In the terms that I'm used to, we call it opportunity cost. It's an opportunity cost. Cool. So you're spending your time. Yep. Opportunity cost. So you're spending your time doing one thing, but that means you can't be spending your time doing something else. So for example, this morning, I just hired a business developer for my housing business. And so I have this really hot lead. So I called her and I said, can you follow up with this person? Can you do the research? Because the research is what takes the most amount of time. Can you do the research that we need to present options to the client? And she's very well versed and she's very experienced in the housing business. And so she just took it from me and she said, okay, you do what you need to do. You get focused on what you need to focus on. So she's taken that whole thing off my plate. She'll give it back to me because I'm one that has to present to the client. But she just took that whole thing from me so that I could focus on other things that were important to move my business forward, like contacting some leads and, you know, taking care of some other things. So it's really important to understand when you need to build a team to help you grow and not do everything yourself.
And that's such a good example that you gave, Anna. That's the perfect example of what I'm talking about, you know. It's like, you know, I got an email last week from a journalist wanting me to write an article or send, you know, something into her newspaper. And I was like, oh, that's brilliant. But I was just like, oh my God, you know, if I could just have the time to just sit down and write something like that's beautiful. So I just, you know, I've contacted somebody who this is what they do for a living. I've asked them to look at my blog, look at my website, look at my story, and this is the outcome I'd like from the article. And somebody else was going to do it. And that took me like, you know, half an hour, as opposed to spending half a day trying to make it perfect and editing it and trying to sound clever, not to sound salesy, but still sound keen. I was like, oh, I can't do it. You know?
What do you think was the biggest mistake you made getting started in business?
Oh, okay. Now something good comes out of everything. So I trusted, how would you call it? Someone I collaborated with and they didn't deliver on what they promised and we didn't have an agreement, you know? So, you know, when it came down to let's look at the facts were I didn't have an agreement, you know? So
yes.
And that, I mean, that was like quite a long time ago, but wow, you don't make that mistake twice. The power of agreement, you know, and, you know, some people are, I think, especially in Ireland, they're quite blasé about agreements. It's very, you know, I know we all do business with people, but to keep you safe and to keep your business safe and to keep the person you work with, just to make for clarity, agreements are so important, you know. And I can see, like, when I work with other people and they don't ask me about an agreement or they don't bring an agreement up when I'm buying their service, I'm kind of like, do I tell them that they should have an agreement or do I want an agreement, you know? It's very blasé, but I mean, I think, you know, maybe everybody makes a mistake once, but I won't be making that mistake again.
Yeah, I agree that agreements bring clarity. Again, getting back to this gal that I just hired, she sent an agreement over to me and I looked at all the terms and I called her back and I said, and this is a hard thing for me. Maybe this isn't for people other people, but it's very challenging for me to go back and say, I know I want to work with you, I want to move forward, but I can't abide by these terms. I want everybody to like me. And I know there are a lot of people that are like that. I want everybody to be in agreement. And so I looked very carefully. I actually had some other people help me by going through the agreement with me so that I could see where I was, make sure I wasn't overreacting to something, and to make sure that I was crystal clear on what I wanted to see out of the agreement. And it was very freeing, because when I called her back, we talked about it, and now we have clarity. We know exactly how we're going to move forward. And she knows exactly what I'm expecting from her in order to move forward. Mm-hmm. And of course, she's looking to get a long-term position with me. And in order for her to do that, these are the conditions mm-hmm. for moving forward. And you're right. And clarity is super important in any kind of business endeavor. You want to elaborate a little bit more on that? Because I know you help people during your retreats find clarity, what they're looking for in their business, in their sales.
Yeah, I mean, it goes back to being overwhelmed with everything that you have to do in your business, being the CEO, being the accounts person, being the social media person, all of that. But really, what I've learned is that, you have to be looking for business every day, and
Mm-hmm.
people, I think, get comfortable in this role of responding to emails and, setting up campaigns and writing emails and things like that. And it's like, no, it's like, pick up the phone, start making some calls, reach out to people, follow up with people. I think that, people don't have clarity in what their sales process has to be, that a lot of the
Mm-hmm.
time people are throwing enough stuff out there and hoping something will stick, hoping something works, and hope does not build a business. Hope does not pay the mortgage. No. It's no. And that is essentially what I see. That's where the frustration comes in. That's where the overwhelm comes in, because as a business owner, it's up to you to take control. It's up to you to be the mm-hmm. leader. It's up to you to call the shots. It's up to you to make the calls if you're the if you're the person wanting to bring in the business, All too often yes. I see people make it very easy to be like, oh, I'm going to send them an email. And you're like, no, pick up the phone, call them, and then arrange when you're going to speak again. And you call them, because this is your business,
Right. Right. I think that is a really common problem. But before we keep going on, I really do want to, people, whether they're watching the replay, and we can't, even though we just have a few, what's the phone, Jonathan says?
I know, I just seen
that. People may be wondering what kind of an event could take you from being a tour guide to a business retreat and coach. What kind of an event would do that for you?
So what kind of an event, like, inspired me, or?
Well, the one you went to last year that you're going to again.
The Big Change event. Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, I mean, it must be the networking event of the year. I've never been in a room with so many other people hungry for as much content as they could in terms of building their business and networking. Like, we're talking about 1,000 entrepreneurs from all over America. So when I went there, I was without a doubt the only person from Ireland, because Suzanne Evans, the main coach, who's in the Fortune 500 list for the last 7 years running, is one of the fastest growing companies. She says, "Is there a from Ireland here?" And I was just like, "Oh my God, that's me! Hi!" Right, and I was in awe at the spectacle, the content, the value was just incredible. And it's like, you turn to your left, interesting person; turn to your right, another interesting person. Leads, opportunities. It was just everywhere. It was so creative and so inspiring when you learn so much about what other people were doing, how they were doing it, what they had to offer, what they were struggling with, what was working with that for them. It was kind of mind blowing
mm-hmm.
on every level,
Yeah. Right. And you have a special offer for people. So again, I just now remember what I was starting to say before we got off on that English humor there. Um, that people will be watching the replay as well. So there will be people watching now, and there are going to be people watching later who will want to know how they might be able to participate in something like that.
Mm.
And I know that you have a very special offer for people that you'd like to share.
Yeah, if anybody wants to go to the Be the Change event, it's 3 days from the 3rd of May and to the 6th of May in Las Vegas, Nevada. It's in the Marriott Hotel. The cost of the conference is $997. If you email me your details, I can get you a complimentary ticket, which is only $197 that they give back to you when you arrive at the event. So you invest initially to go, and as soon as you get there at registration, they give you a check for your money back. So there's no risk involved. It's just to ensure that you go there. And you'll get to meet me. You'll be on my cruise. And they're basically giving us the opportunity to invite people, because I've been in the program for a year now. They offer like amazing opportunities for us to bring our friends and for them to experience it as well. I think they really try to make it as accessible as possible for people, because obviously money is an issue. That's why we need to go to these things. You know, this is why.
Right.
This is exactly why. And I am like a product of someone who had literally just about enough money last year, sitting in the audience going, oh my God, I want to be on the stage. I want to be talking about my success. I want to be able to do what they're doing. I want to help more people. You know, really, I was like, I want to do that. And what do you know? This year, Suzanne has invited me to be on her success panel as part of the event to talk about my year in business, because I was able to grow my business 900% since last July.
Wow. Congratulations. Yes.
Yeah.
So just go ahead, put your email address in the chat.
Okay.
And we'll ask a couple of more questions, and then so you can share some more, and then we'll pause the recording and let people jump in the seat and maybe talk to you directly. So we've got a couple of loyal people who are listening, very interested in what you have to say. So if you're interested in this Be the Change event and you want to be on Moira's team, then you really want to contact her, Moira at mng.ie. And that way you can get more details about joining her. Now, there is a deadline. So it's the 20th, which is Wednesday. So you need to jump on this now. This is not I have to think about it. This is if you think that if this is calling to you, if what Moira is saying is resonating with you, you need to contact her right away, because this Wednesday is the last day that you can sign up.
Yeah.
And we are 6 hours behind here in the U.S., so I'm not sure how that translates, but I wouldn't wait until Wednesday to see how close you can cut it to the deadline. Just saying.
Yeah, no, totally. And if anybody wants to just ask me a question or have a Skype with me or anything at all, like there's my email address, and I would love to help you get there. And I can even help you plan your travel. I can help you get a hotel room. I can do everything to make this as smooth as possible. But if this is calling to you, as Anna said, if you think that this could be for me, I need a change, or I need to kick up the ass perhaps with my business, then this is it.
There you go. What would you say is the one most important thing that you have learned being in business, and particularly in this last year where you've grown so tremendously?
You got to take action every single day. You know, you got to move forward, take it no matter what. Staying still, nothing happens. You must take action and take it as it comes. Like, I have been religious about taking action every single day, and not just any action, like revenue generating activity. What can bring money into my business today or tomorrow? What can I do now to bring money in tomorrow? What can I do now to make sure that there's money coming into my business, and everything else comes after that? Because if I'm not realize that if my business is not bringing in money, then I'm not in business. This is a hobby, you know?
Yes.
And the more money that I can bring into my business, the more time I can buy within my business to do more. You know, I can have a virtual assistant. I can have an online business manager. I can have someone managing my social media. I can have a housekeeper, you know, but it has to start with bringing in new clients and new business all the time. Not forever, but in these crucial times of when you're starting out in your business, and then you'll have more regular clients, you know. Learn so much from your clients. Oh my gosh. I remember last year somebody, like I think it was Suzanne, saying that, you know, that you can learn so much from your clients. And I was just like, really? I thought, you know, they were learning from me, but oh my gosh, it's incredible.
No.
It's really incredible.
Well, it is. And Moira and I actually met on Twitter. So if you think that Twitter is not a place where you can meet, get leads, and Moira is actually, she's interviewed on my radio show, Sales Mastery. And, you know, she just took advantage of the offer. And we've had a couple of glitches on the way. It hasn't been a smooth ride, unfortunately. But you know, I've learned a lot from Moira. I mean, just her brilliant personality and just how every time I talk to her, there's something new that I learned. There was one thing, though, in the interview on the radio show that you said that I really, really would love for you to elaborate on, and that is that most people are fearful to talk to other people because their focus is on themselves. Would you mind elaborating on that and how we can change that so that we're reaching out to more people?
Yeah, definitely. And like I have these aha moments with my clients where I'm just like, can you just stop making this about you? Start making this about your clients. And they're like, what? I'm like, stop making this about you. They're like, oh yeah. Like, yeah, you know, change the focus. Focus on your clients. Focus on what they need, focus on what they want, focus on what their problems are and finding the solutions to their problems. If you can become an expert in your clients' problems, your interest and your prospects will go through the roof. I see the mistake, and perhaps I was making this mistake for long enough, but like we're experts at what we do. Our customers and our clients are not experts at what we do. They're experts in their own problems. You know?
Oh, wow. That's really, that's crucial. So they're experts in their own. You know, that's really something I think when I'm coaching with clients, one of the things I find is that they are very focused on their own needs. And even today, the client that has a big order for my company that I've handed over to this assistant to do all the research and help me get the information, he said, Anna, let me tell you what's important to me. And I'm like, I'm going to listen. And he told me exactly what he needed. And I said, okay, I don't know that I can get you exactly that, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to come as close as I can and get you some information by the morning. Would that work for you? And he said, absolutely. Thank you for your time. And I mean, he was really clear what he wanted. And then it became really clear what I needed to do to meet his needs. It was just a very, and even though I teach sales, that's always something that I have to remember. It's not about me. It's not about what Anna does. It's not about what Anna can do. It's about what you need Anna to do.
Yes.
It's about what I need Moira to do, or Monty, or we have MK Sloan, and we have Jonathan. It's all about the customer, because what is it that Mary Kay Ash, are you familiar with Mary Kay Ash?
No.
You know who she is?
I must check her out. Mary Kay Ash.
Mary Kay Ash, she started what is known as Mary Kay. It's Mary Kay Cosmetics. She's since passed away, but she has a quote that says, pretend that everyone you meet has a sign across their forehead that says, make me the most important person in your life.
Right.
You know, because we want to make people feel important. We want them. That's the real key to sales. The real key to sales is to get out of ourselves and to get into the skin of our customers, not under their skin.
Yeah.
We want to be in their world. We want to understand what their needs are, not presuppose that because we like what we do, they're going to like it for the same reasons we do.
Yeah.
because everybody's unique. It's a new opportunity. It's a new way of learning. We're going to close the lab down here, not close it. We're going to stop the recording shortly, but I really want you to just share what you would say is the best kept secret of all when it comes to business and sales, the best kept secret of all.
Oh, that makes me giggle because I feel like I've got so many secrets that I've learned over the last 2 years. What would be the best secret? Okay, well, one, and it sort of leads from what you were just saying about not making it about you and making it about your clients, that, you know, when we go to networking events and, you know, specifically, you know, I think people struggle with what to say, you know, and, you know, how to make conversations with people. But if you go to networking events and you focus not on what you do, but focus on what you can make possible for somebody, you'll notice a dramatic difference in how interested people are to hear more about what you do. Because if you're talking about what you can make possible for your clients, then you're talking about finding actual real life solutions to the problems that they have. Then they're going to think that you're a gift from God that was put before them that day. And that's literally about asking people for what they want. What is it that they're struggling with? And then helping people see that you can help them get what they want. And if you talk about what you can make possible, not what you do, because like I said before, we're absolute experts in what we do, but our customers are experts in their problems. So we need to become experts at talking about the solutions and talking about what we make possible for our clients, not about what we do. So the next time you're at a networking event, or even like think right now, like what is the biggest outcome that you offer your clients? You know, what difference is it that you make in their lives? And that's what you should be focusing on when you're out there meeting clients and networking and, you know, trying to build relationships with people, because no doubt you can solve their problems, but we don't focus on that. We're so focused on our process. We're focused on how we do it. And that's not what our customers need to hear at all. It's about finding out what it is that we can make possible instead of talking about what you do, you know? It's like me saying, oh, I'm a business coach and I can meet you 4 times a month and we can look at your profit and loss and see where you're going wrong. Or I can say, work with me, double your profits and triple your time off, because that's what I make possible for my clients. Do you see the difference, Anna?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. And that's the way that we win clients. And, you know, and that's why I enjoy working with you, Moira, and visiting with you, because you have a very you're an other person focused lady. and it's wonderful to hear. And I'm hoping that the people who are in the audience or people who are watching this replay will really get that and really embrace it and take some time to really consider, what do you make possible for other people?
And don't focus
what
on what
do you do?
Yeah.
What do you make possible? And possibility is a strong thing. It brings hope. Hope doesn't get you clients, but hope helps other people to see the value that you bring to them. And people want hope.
Yeah, and
that's why they'll buy.
Prospects will actually see you as a necessary step in getting where they want to go, because they feel you understand them. And you do, if you talk about what you make possible. So you're going to make more sales, and your prospects aren't going to feel that they're just investing in stuff. They're actually investing in their dream, because what they want is on the other side of your process, you know?
Yes. I'm just trying to put this in the chat. Moira, again, please share again, because there might be people who will jump in at the end, or they might fast forward to the end of this. What is your special offer for people so that they can begin to take the steps necessary to become more successful and grow their business? So
the event I want to invite people to in Las Vegas, Nevada. It's so funny, me going all the way from this little corner of Ireland to Las Vegas. just it makes me giggle. So it does. It's funny what's happening. But yeah, it's called Be the Change. It's bethechangeevent.com. You can have a look at it online, but it is the networking event of the year. I'm still getting referrals and still feeling the fruits of all the relationships and all the collaborations and all the opportunities I got from like last year, which is like 12 months later, you know. In terms of business building content, there's nothing like it. There's absolutely nothing like it. I have an opportunity to bring up to 10 friends. And if anybody is interested in coming, I'm going to pop my email address. So you need to send me your details so that I can register you. And then the conference crew will get in touch with you. The value of the conference is 3 days is $997. If you email me, I'll get you a complimentary ticket that you have to pay a deposit for that you get when you get back the day you arrive at the conference. So it's $197 that you get back the day you arrive in Las Vegas and register for the conference. So it's such a sure thing, you know?
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely.
But in terms
Moira,
of the investment, of your time, like
no, go ahead. Go ahead.
Mean, I don't know if I could, well, I can say like this time last year, I was barely scraping by on 900 a month. And this year I've grown 900%.
Wow. Wow. Well, Moira, again, thank you for joining me today on Blab. And we're going to be having the replay here, so we're going to go ahead and stop recording. And then if anyone would like to jump in the seat or say hello, would be fabulous.